Okay, y'all, looky. You see what we're up against today? We're making these wonderful cabbage rolls with this red wine sauce on top. This is a wonderful recipe for your family, and I'm excited about making it, but I'm excited about eating it too. So let's get over here on this counter and get this wonderful dish started, okay? I'll meet you over there on the stove to get the cabbage going, and then we'll get the filling going, and we'll be eating this dish in no time. Okay, y'all? See you in a minute. Okay, so what you see me doing here is I'm trying to remove the core from this cabbage so we can get it into the water, because we're going to need to boil it to soften up these leaves so that they can be pliable for us to roll the cabbage once we got the core out. So basically, so basically we just working this core out. And some of the leaves, look, they've already started to fall off of there, but we're gonna have to boil them so that they can, roll. All right. Oh, see, boom, there the core is out of there, and I'm gonna trim a little bit of this off around here. And as you're selecting your cabbage, try to get a nice sized one so that you can easily roll it. Easy roll the leaves, once you've put it in your hot water to boil there. So there basically is what we're looking for with the core out there. And I'm gonna let these kind of just kind of fall like that. They'll be okay. All right, so we're gonna put this into the hot water, and then we'll go on to our next step. Okay, so now we're gonna take our cabbage with the core side here down and put it into this hot water. Just be careful, okay? And we put it down in there, and we're gonna let this go for about 15 to 20 minutes until these leaves are soft enough to pull about 15 or so off of there. And we're not gonna need the whole cabbage, but we need to boil the whole cabbage to get the outer leaves that we do need, okay? Okay, now let's go ahead and get our tomato sauce here together. We're gonna, in this skillet, I have heating 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And to that, I'm adding a half a large onion. And I wanna saute this for about 5 minutes until the onions are a little soft there. All right, now I'm adding 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Get that going just a minute. And also I'm going to add my garlic. Now if you're using garlic that is already minced like I do, I need 3 cloves of garlic, so that amounts to 1.5 teaspoons of this. So we want to stir this around just a little bit to get it going. Okay, now it's smelling really fragrant. So we want to add, this is a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. I'm gonna get that in there, and that's crushed tomatoes, not diced. You want them, kind of really mashed down, okay? And the diced ones are a little too big for this sauce. Okay, so now we're gonna get that stirred around. What I wanna add to that now is a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar and 2 tablespoons of my booze. That's red wine right there. And I need to get in here 1 tablespoon, and this is brown sugar. stir this a little bit, bring my heat back up. Okay. All right. And now, before I put the top on this, I want to put in 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, or if you can use oregano if you have it. That's what some choose to use, but I like Italian seasoning in mine. So it's 2 teaspoons of that. All right, and now what we want to do is get it stirred in a little bit here, and then I'm going to put the top on here. But I wanted to bring the heat up just a little bit before I do that. And I want this to simmer for about 20 minutes here, 20 minutes, okay? Okay, so our cabbage is ready here. So now what I'm going to do is kind of use my tongs here and try to get some of these leaves off. And we need about 14 or 15 really good leaves that we can roll. So there, and I'm just gonna lay them on this towel here, dry it a little bit. And it's a little torn, but you know, that's okay. So, and watch your water. I'm sticking, you know, using the tongue, but I'm having to use my hands a little bit to kind of get some leaves off of here. This wasn't, the cabbage probably was in the best of shape, but it's pretty good. I'll still be able to roll with it, okay? So just get your leaves off and lay them there on your towel so they can be ready when your sauce is ready and you get your meat mixture ready. They'll be ready to roll. Okay, so look, that's a really pretty one right there. I like that one. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going at this until we got some leaves here, all right? So here you see, these are our chosen cabbage leaves that we're using that I pulled off, and I've got a pretty good amount here, about a 15 or 16 or so. And so now what we're gonna do is move from the leaves and start to get our meat mixture together for the filling. So let's get our meat mixture together. All right, in this bowl, I have 1 pound of ground beef here. I added 1/4 cup of rice, dry rice. See, the little kernels there. Just use a little bit of, I chose to use a little bit of jasmine rice here, but we're okay. All right, now I'm going to add, I hope you all can see me. Let me adjust this just a little bit. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, now I'm adding a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs here. And I just use, well, they're crumbly, but I use a little bit of a stuffing. Just a little bit of stuffing right here. All right, so now this is a half of a large sized onion there. So half of that. Ooh, spilled over. Okay, now I want to put in 2 tablespoons of, this is parsley. 2, and I'm using dried parsley. If you have fresh parsley, by all means, go ahead and use that. Now, let's move this around just a little bit here. Okay, I started mashing it with my hands, but I decided I want to get a little spoon in there, okay? So now the last thing I want to put in here is just a little bit of salt and just, you know, a good sized pinch in there, okay? And I want to put a little pepper in there, little ground black pepper, and that's about a ½ teaspoon is good, just to season it up just a little bit. And then I'm going to move it around just a little bit, okay? And eventually, you know, I'm going to get my hands down in here. But right now, I just want to press it out a little bit. Okay, so I got this pretty much combined there, and I'm going to go ahead and put a cup of my sauce in there right now. That's just a little bit of that tomato sauce we made back there. And let's get that all incorporated. And so I kind of add that sauce last because it's still a little warm. And I put my hands in there while it's that warm. It's a little north of warm. So you just kind of get that in there. And then basically our meat mixture is ready. Everything is all combined. Now what I want to do is take a thin layer of my tomato mixture and get it going across the bottom there. Just real thin there. Okay, now what you see me doing is I've taken my each leaf here, and you see this hard rib that runs right there. I want to take my paring knife and just cut that hard rib out. Okay, so then I'm left with something that's kind of like this, okay? Now I want to take about a 1/3 cup or so of my filler, and I want to put it right in there. Hope you can see me. Put it right in there at the end, and then I'm going to start to roll. As I roll, I'm bringing the sides in and roll. In and roll, roll, roll. And there, I have a little roll, you see? And I'm gonna put that right over here in my pan. And I'll just continue to do this until I have all of my, all of my leaves rolled. I'm trying to talk and concentrate at the same time, but make sure you get those hard ribs out. And if it's better for your concentration to cut them all out at once, do what you need to do. Yeah, I just kind of do them one at a time. Get it in. See me right there at the cup, and my V is on the other end, you see, okay? And then I roll, start my roll, bring it in, bring it in and roll. And there we go. And we are on our last roll here. And as I got towards the end, you might want to score your meat, kind of measure it out to make sure you have it to come out to the number, pretty much close to the number that you want it to be. So as I got towards the end, when I was on my next 7, I scored it out to 7 little balls in a sense. And, so make sure to come out to the right amount I want. So basically, that's our last roll. And so this is, guys, what it's looking like. Pretty neat, huh? So now I want to move this out the way. And this was my little cabbage I had in reserve. And y'all know that's not going to no kind of waste. And matter of fact, I eat the little parts that I cut out too. So we're going to put this to the side and get our sauce on these rolls. Okay, my oven is heating at 350. I had it on while I was rolling here. I think I forgot to tell you how to get that oven on. So now what you see me doing is I'm taking the rest of this wonderful red wine sauce here, and we're going to use it on all over our rolls. Okay. Okay, that's what she's looking right at this point. So now what we want to do is take foil and put it over the top. And this right here will go into this 350-degree oven, and we're gonna let her bake for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. And by that time, the rice will have cooked, the cabbage will have, done what it's supposed to do, and everything will come together and play well. Okay, y'all. So there, this red wine cabbage rolls are out of the oven. Ooh, they look beautiful. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to take a little bit of this dried parsley and just kind of come across the top like so. Yeah. And then I'm going to put the foil back on it and just let it sit for a little while. Just kind of, you know, your food has to rest a little bit before you go digging into it. So we want to let it rest just a little bit. And that's just a little, you know, dried parsley that I'm coming across the top of it with, okay? So just put the foil back on. And she's going to rest for a second. All right, y'all, we got it done. We got this stuffed cabbage all looking good and doing everything that it's supposed to do today. And honey, that's gonna be filling me up. Okay, I wanna invite you all to give this easy recipe a try. And thank you so much for letting me be part of the peak to your day. And right now, I'm about to peek on up on this here stuffed cabbage right here. Ooh, look at that. Yep. Just like I know it's always gonna be. Give it a try, y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna have to get one more bite before we get out of here. Because when something is good, if it's good, and I just have to get all into it. Like that. Look how tender it is. I wanna run all over the plate and everything. But here it is, y'all.